One day I was in the street and I saw how a stray dog crossed by where I was. And someone threw a stone at it. The dog did nothing to deserve that. So this is where the question arises. Is it necessary to mistreat animals? There is no rule that say that in order to stay in one place you must mistreat them. It saddens me because they are only animals that do not reason. So I wonder, is a person who mistreats an animal that does not reason as the human? It is a loud question, but it is the truth. Animals do not analyze what they would do. They do not know the consequence of their actions while humans do. Every day we see case and more case about people abusing animals when it's on a bit because these are living beings that instead of causing sadness give off joy. I have two dogs and I love being with them. I love spending time with them and if I could have more dogs, I will have them because they are living beings that bring me happiness and that really do not deserve to be mistreated by inhumans. Today, we invite you to have animals and not mistreat. If you have the possibility to take care of a street animal, take care of it because they are only beings that give happiness.
I tell you that this morning I was talking with my neighbor. We were talking about animals and it made me curious. And I asked her how her puppy got to her house. She told me that her puppy found him on the street and that she did not to adopt him, for he was not of race. And she was not sure she wanted to stay with him. So she made the decision to stay with him, but she had him isolated, leaving him alone in the yard. He did not feed him in the best way. He did not give him hygienic conditions necessary sanitary and that many times give some children punish him physically and psychologically. Then one day he reflected because someone wanted to enter his house to steal, and the only one who did something for her that day was her dog. And there she realized that an animal did not deserve to be treated like that, much less discriminate against him because of his race, since the care of animal does not depend on its race. To which I replied that it was a very valuable lesson for her and that animal abuse is a serious social problem and that many times we do not give it the importance or attention it deserves. Despite the fact that hundreds of animals are victims or abandonment and abuse enjoyed and this should change so that animals have a better chance of life and no abuse.
Has someone mentioned something to you about animal abuse and does it in a cruel way? What advice will you give it so that person reflects and does not continue to happen this?
I have been mentioned cases of animal abuse, and when I hear this, ask or tell that person how you would feel if you were an animal and they would treat you like that, if you were happy with so many injustices.
How can animal abuse be stopped?
I think that to stop animal abuse, the first thing to do is keep your eyes open to animal abuse and report it. Be careful with punishment or the way you educate animals. And finally, give love and empathy to those beautiful animals. What forms of animal abuse do you know?
Mistreating an animal is not just hitting, it is putting them to fight. War in circuses, exploitation in the food industry, among others. Do you consider that leaving a dog or a cat looking up concerns animal abuse? Why?
I believe that keeping an animal locked up in heavens is freedom. Furthermore, although animals at an instant, they also get depressed when they are locked up. What consequences do you think a person who mistreats animals should have?
I consider that the consequence should be number one, community work. Number two, cleaning of parks and areas where people and their pets are. Number three, and if the abuse is extreme, you must serve time in jail.
If you had the opportunity to face someone who mistreats animals, what would you say?
That it put itself in their place so that it feels the same as they feel to see if it is good and it is feel good.